talking about, oh, I'm going to be 42. You're not old, man. You're 42. Do your thing. You're looking as only as you can look, Mike. So happy birthday.
Well, thank you. Of course, I think I know how Jesse figured out who I was
Okay, go ahead.
at the Session Girls event. If you've seen my picture on the Spreaker website, there's a picture, my profile picture is me with thumbs up in a Motorhead t-shirt, hat turned around backwards, and I have beer goggle sunglasses.
Mike, I got to say, that is still, I have to, I'm glad you brought that up, because I've seen that on your Spreaker. That still is a funny-ass photo, and I laughed every time I see it, so I had to figure, it stands out in your beer goggles, man.
Well, that was actually my birthday, 8 years ago, when I worked at a bar in Southeast Portland. The story behind those goggles, the sunglasses, were my buddy got kicked out of his house, and there's this store called Stuff on 82nd and Foster Road, 82nd and Powell in Portland. And, you could get regular t-shirts for $5, a 3-pack of socks for $1. So he was, buying clothes, and then we see these sunglasses. And I asked him how much they were. He goes, $5. I go, grab them. And ever since then, over 300 different people have worn those sunglasses with the hashtag, I got my beer goggles on at the rock side. So I was the trendsetter.
Gotcha. Well, I got to say, it's a very memorable photo. I think that's cool. So you think it's that photo that she recognized you?
She go. The first thing she said to me was, "Oh, you're the podcast guy."
That's awesome.
Oh shit! But she turned out to be a really, really sweetheart of a woman. We had a good talk, especially after I had my heat stroke episode at the event, which canceled my match with Delight, which we are going to make up this week.
I was about to say, we got to get that match, and I know she's probably going to be listening, so hello, Delight. I look forward to seeing you two going at it, man. You got the promo build for it, like you did on the last go-around, so, I mean, you two are going to go at it. You can expect nothing less. Delight's a very tough individual, and a loving individual at that. So, I mean, it's going to be cool. I look forward to seeing what comes between the two.
Yeah, and I think she's actually meeting me at the airport Saturday morning. I didn't have the heart to tell either of them that I got a hotel room this weekend, but, I'll be damned if I'm going to sleep in an airport again.
Well, I don't blame you, man. After listening to you tell that story of sitting there, but I don't blame you, because that dude, I felt bad for you just there. I mean, if I was in town, I probably want to have you crash at my place. God dang, man, I'm sorry you had to go through all that.
It was a learning experience, but that was before I stumbled upon Airbnb.
Gotcha.
And I got a really nice, really great deal on an Airbnb. Problem is, it's on the other side of Pittsburgh, so I'm going to have to spend like $40 for an Uber fare. But it's, in the strip area of Pittsburgh is what I've been told. And apparently I'm rooming with, sharing an apartment with 3 women.
Okay.
And they're very excited for me to come, stay with them. I'm like, are you sure about that? I sleep during the day, I roam at night. I'm on vacation.
Well, dude, you're like the old Houdini song, take it back to the 80s, the freaks come out at night, the freaks come out at night. That's all you, man. That's all you, Mike.
Well, I'm anything but a freak.
Well, you kind of like, you're doing what you do as only as you could do. You like the vampire thing, you sleep in the day, you come out at night.
Well, especially if I'm on, vacation.
Of course.
The last thing I want to do is wake up at 6 in the morning.
Oh, I don't blame you.
And the last 2 times I've been on vacation, I have, and it sucks. It's like, do I have to go to work? Oh, God, no, I'm on vacation.
Well, I could say this to you. I know you're going to do as only you can do, as I mentioned. But, dude, I'm looking forward to seeing what we have coming because, well, first and foremost, I got to just say this on the wrestling side of things. Dude, R.I.P. to Perro Aguayo. That really broke my heart after what happened with his son in Mexico, and now, God rest his soul, Perro Aguayo.
Yeah. In fact, that was how I kicked off tonight's episode was was talking about Perro Aguayo. I found out about it yesterday at work. I actually got to meet Perro Aguayo when back in '93 when Sandy Barr, who was a local promoter and referee here, his son Art was the tag team partner of Eddie Guerrero in AAA. They were known as Los Gringos Locos. And Art convinced AAA to do a card up here in Vancouver at the Clark County Fairgrounds, and they had Tanya Harding as their guest manager. But being friends with the family, I got to meet, Perro Aguayo, Conan, and a little 19-year-old kid who looks about 12 named Rey Mysterio.
Yes. So you're giving me flashbacks to when I first saw Rey Mysterio in the WWE, that debut feud with Kurt Angle, where Kurt Angle, all he did was call him 12. He looks like a 12-year-old. Remember that?
Oh, yeah, and if he takes the mask off, he looks like he's 12.
He does. I mean, after that WCW run with him and Kevin Nash in that match where he had to unmask, yes.
But yeah, I mean, that was one of the coolest things, meeting Perro Aguayo, who his popularity in the history of Lucha Libre is second only to El Santo.
Of course. I mean, two of the top names and mainstays in Mexico, man.
I mean, the Mount Rushmore of, Lucha Libre, of course, is going to be El Santo, Blue Demon, of course, Perro Aguayo, and I'm going to say Solitario, a legend that was taken way, way, way too young.
Agreed. I mean, I'll be honest with you, I've heard of Solitario. I know he's big in there, but yeah, just that whole... So we could even do a Mount Rushmore for Lucha Libre, man, because those names are on there. Just you get me to think about that.
Yeah, I mean, but now that all four of them are gone, it's just like, wow.
It is. It's crazy to think of that, man. And just, I'll be honest with you, like when going back to his son for a second, that still gets me to this day. Just that video that came out of his son, God rest his soul. Well, two of them are now meeting in heaven, man. And kicking ass in heaven.
Oh yeah. And of course, Jacques Rougeau Sr. passed away this week, too.
I heard about that, too. God rest his soul, too.
Yeah. When I did the live cast with Selena and Delight, Selena called me, actually, as I was doing the announcement of Jacques Rougeau. And apparently she's a pro wrestling fan, too, and she asked me about, who it was that I was talking about, and I asked her if she knew who Jacques Jr. was, and she said, yeah. I'm like, it was his father that passed away. She's like, oh, shit.
Well, of course, man. I mean, his run, the Rougeau brothers, and of course his run as the Intercontinental Champion, as the Mountie, the Jailhouse match with Big Boss Man, Bret the Hitman Hart, Roddy Piper, the list goes on and on.
Oh, yeah. The list goes on, and of course the ill-fated WCW run with Pierre Ouellet, who is having a resurgence in his career right now. Holy Christ.
Dude, looking at him in Ring of Honor and just all over the place. He's just kicking ass.
He reinvented himself with this gimmick that he's got now, PCO. Kind of like a Frankenstein's monster. Impervious to pain. There's a video of him on YouTube where he is actually getting jolted with electricity.
I did see that, and I was like, Jesus, what happened? You know what it is, too? Because we all remember him as, like, the Pirate back in the day. It's like, what happened to the Pirate? And it's like, you see this now, and it's just like, holy crap.
Oh, well, I remember him as Pierre the Quebecer.
There you go.
The babyface tag team partner of Jacques.
Yes. Was that when Johnny Polo, Old Raven, was their manager?
Oh, yes. And I got stories about him, too. Scotty the Body. Scotty the Body.
Scotty the Body. And was Scotty the Body first before Scotty Flamingo? I believe so, right?
Yes. He was Scotty the Body in Jersey, and then he came to Portland. And then he went to WCW as Scotty Flamingo, and then he came as Johnny Polo, and then completely revamped himself as Raven, who he's been ever since. And he's come back to Portland a few times, and he absolutely loves Portland. He loves the atmosphere here. He loves, the people, loves the crowds especially.
Of course, and I look at it like that, like we were talking about, like his early days. I still remember. So it's funny if you go to like a WCW Saturday Night, I think it was. There was a match between Scotty Flamingo, who would go on to be Raven, and Robbie V, young Rob Van Dam, during his early stint in WCW.
Oh yes, I remember that match very well. I remember Rob Van Dam when he was, what was it, the WCW Futures match on Saturday night.
Right. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, and he was known as Robbie V.
Robbie V, yes. And then here's the thing with him, like the ECW run, and a lot of people like remember when he was with Jerry Lawler and all them, and fighting a young Jeff Hardy in like '97.
Yes.
And then look at the feud that they had.
Yeah, in 2001.
Yeah, that ladder match for the hardcore title. My God.
And I think at that time Hardy was only like what, 17?
In 1997?
No, he was 19. Because
he was like 1920.
Yeah,
right.
he's a little bit younger than me. I know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think aren't you and Matt like around the same age?
No, Matt Hardy is 2 years older than me.
Okay, 2 years older.
Yeah,
okay.
he was born in 74, and Jeff was born in 77.
Mm-hmm.
I remember Jeff Hardy. You know, when he was 16 years old, they had to lie about his age.
Yes.
And he had the match with Razor.
Oh yes, as he used to call him. He used to call him Ice.
Yeah, because he looked like Vanilla Ice. And then he had a really great match with Sean Waltman too. The very next night.
1, 2, 3 Kid. Yes.
Yes. When his logo looked more like a Harley Davidson logo.
Yes, that's right.
That tells you how long I've watched.
Yep, I hear you, man. Like, just that's awesome.
Yeah.
But I will say this now tomorrow, because we do have LFC 29. I'll be watching. I know you'll be watching later. But are you looking forward to? Well, I'll be honest with you, Sybil and Gemma Jersey Babe Julianne, I think is going to be great, and Tom McGowan and Jesse El Toro Santos. Pretty much every match on this card is going to be great. We got the rubber match with Agatha and Bella Inc. Gypsy Top Shelf Bay is going to take on Shea Golden. It was supposed to happen tonight, so let's see if it even happens tomorrow. And main event is Shea and Andrea, so we have a stacked card going in tomorrow.
Yeah. Like you said, let's see if Gypsy shows up.
Yeah, if Shea Golden shows up, because Gypsy was the one that got poorly massacred tonight by Jolie.
Yeah, if Shea doesn't show up, then she might be done.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. So we shall see, man. And I think Shea and Andrea. Now, this is Andrea's first bout in a while. We haven't seen Andrea since LFC 25 against Lauren the Animal Fogel, and now she's back. We've seen her as a coach, and now she's back getting in there. Main event. Take it to the pay window.
I'm really excited to be coming there. I'm going to podcast if they'll let me. During the event in August. So,
well, Mike, you're gonna do it up as you do Washington Wrestle Talk. I know you're gonna be in the house and just cheering your brains out for Hazel and just going nuts.
Oh yeah, and I'll podcast before and after. I mean, Jesus Christ.
Now I gotta say, I did listen to your stuff from the from Gen Con, as it was as you called it.
As it was so affectionately called.
Yes.
So, go ahead.
I was going to say, yeah, I was laughing, yes, Gen Con. So I'm actually very happy that, I know unfortunately you had what you had, but are you feeling a little bit better, though? Are you good? Everything all good?
Oh, yeah, I'm feeling, 100% better. My sunburn finally turned tan. I had a really nice sunburn on my left arm, my forearm. Oh, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, it looked like you hung up. Yeah, I'm doing a lot better. Now I'm on YouTube now, right?
I did see that. Yes, congratulations.
I'm a little bit unhappy with the way it's turning out on YouTube, though.
Is it? Oh yeah, is it because you have to download them like parts?
Because well, you can upload the entire episode. But it breaks it up into 15-minute videos.
I did see that. I noticed that listening to your past stuff.
I've got it now where all my episodes go straight to YouTube after this. So the one that's really going to be torturesome is probably the 3-hour one from Gen Con.
Oh my God, that's right, yes.
That's going to be pretty. That's going to be pretty brutal to have to sit through.